Okay, hello, hello. Hope you have a first. I am King Egypt. Welcome to another match of the collection on Paige. We have cylinder Paige today. Um, with me is Ronnie.
Hello.
Uh, so we are. Everything ready.
I'm having
A whole
trouble
bunch of
hearing
stuff
you, King
to
Bean.
open up. Oh yeah.
Yeah, let me try and... Okay, I think that's better.
Let me.
Yeah, you sound better now. Okay. So the
Okay,
first track, I don't know if you've already announced it, but the first track
I
is
have
Bump.
not.
As you probably see, they're both on it. Oh, I should pull up chat on my phone. I'm very well prepared for this.
Starting a match is always a hassle. You got 15 things going on at the same time. All right, countdown has been given. we're starting on
Alright.
we're starting on Bumpy's Breakers, which I did against Paige earlier today. He wants to redeem himself from all of his crashes that he had earlier today.
Redemption will be achievable, I think. Not
uh,
that Bumpy's Breakers is an easy track by any means. It's got quite
mhm.
a number of difficult spots.
Paige chose this track between this and Howler. Oh,
Yes.
sorry, she.
Um, yes. If you'd like to know the exact order of banning, it went to Semi-Pro Circuit. They got rid of uh, Baruch Host, then Zugga, then Sunken City, then I believe Scrappers went next, followed by Doug Derby, and then Howler Gorge was removed, just leaving Bumpy's Breakers.
Yeah. Uh, hmm. Cylinder didn't use as much boost as he could have there.
Yeah. I mean, this is a very difficult section not to underheat through in any event.
Uh-huh.
So you do want to go into it with as much heat as you can. Now, Paige approaches the hairpin,
Yep. So
and very clean.
Paige just eked out a pretty significant lead just through the hairpins.
Yep, Cylinder makes it through as well.
And almost all of that leads to almost all of that lead comes down to boosting more,
Yeah,
which
you
is
can see
really
they have.
difficult to do.
Yeah, you can see even after even with the lead, it's not a heat lead because they're basically the same on heat. Although I think Cylinder's lost a bit now.
Uh,
And a very clean shortcut from Paige.
that's about
Very
as
nicely
it
done.
comes.
Yeah.
Cylinder taking the long way, which I actually usually used that strategy 2 years ago in the tournament. It's quite a bit safer, but you do have to tilt on the exit because there's a random death spot, and Cylinder did not do that.
Cylinder's just built different. Not going to hit the death spots.
That's right.
But yeah, very solid. I think that was a 133 first lap for Paige. That's
Yep,
very solid.
very strong time. This is definitely redemption worthy.
142 is not bad at all. Uh, but yeah, Paige is just looking super solid
Uh-huh.
here.
Paige doing a good job of almost maxing out her heat going into the hairpins.
Indeed.
Cylinder doing much better this lap as well.
Yeah, Cylinder's not hitting the boosts in the middle here.
Uh-huh.
And clean hairpin for Paige. A little bit of underheating, but it's so hard not to underheat there.
So just quick recap for those not familiar. In this game, when you
Ooh!
a death from Cylinder, that costs 3 or 4 seconds. When you boost in this game, you heat up, and when you stop boosting, you cool down. And if you are sitting at 0 heat and not boosting, that means you are wasting time that you could have
Ooh!
spent boosting. Yeah, so Paige takes
Now
some
Paige is
unfortunate
eating a
death
death in
there.
the shortcut. That's the easiest spot, the single easiest spot to die on this course. Aside from even
Yep.
like it's harder than the hairpins even because it's so precise.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of which, clean hairpin. And a nice clean shortcut from Cylinder. But just, yeah, Paige has just gotten such a big lead from just clean racing in general that
Yep.
one death is not going to really make much of a difference.
The shortcut on this track is one of the most precise things that speedrunners have to do when they're running this game, because it's, a really narrow gap into another really narrow gap into another really narrow gap, and you're sliding and turning the whole time, and you have to take it at full speed.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to take it at full speed, but
Well,
this is
I for the
speedrunning.
ideal. Yeah. Yeah, theoretically, you could just, like, never boost and, you'd finish it, but wouldn't be very fast.
And it's really important to get that trick down, because that same shortcut appears on 2 tracks in this game.
There is a way to cut that shortcut even faster, but it's called the shortest cut. But that's
We
a
won't
little
talk
bit
about that.
insane, and I don't think anyone would even do that for a tournament.
Uh,
Uh,
Paige or Ace has said that he would.
yeah, but he's ace. So, all right, Paige on the shortcut, very clean. That's pretty
Clean
much
lap 3.
perfect.
All right, so Paige coming through with 1 death on this track. Very nice.
Yeah, unless some freak accident happens, it should be a single death, bumpies. Uh, I think that's redemption worthy. Ooh, that was a little sketchy. Oh, but Cylinder dies on the shortcut, and that's it's gonna take a little bit more time. 4:45 is a solid time with a death. That's very good.
Very nice.
This is where you get to see the stream delay because they're currently doing their bans, even though uh, we're not quite there yet on the stream.
Mhm.
Cylinder will get a 5:10.
Not a bad time at all.
Not a bad time.
All right, so Cylinder is taking out Gauntlet. Paige is banning Fire Mountain Rally for the second time today. Cylinder taking out Doug Derby, probably a pretty good pick, because Paige is really strong on Doug Derby.
Yeah.
And Paige taking out Zaga.
Paige commented just before the match that she would nuke Zaga if she could. I don't
Yeah,
think I feel that strongly about it, but I guess it's a painful track sometimes.
I I like it. It's like slightly harder than Spice Mine, a little more interesting, but I don't know. It's a weird track.
Yeah. Uh okay, what's the button to is there a button to increase the number of wins because it still says 0 to 0?
Oh, yes, there is. You should have got that link. It's in the blue sheet.
Ah. Hold on, maybe I'm just on the wrong spot. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. I have too many tabs open. I should have done this in a different window. All right, so we got a temporary ban on uh temporary ban of Ben, temporary ban of Abyss, and Cylinder has selected Malistaire 100. No forces.
I think that is not a good pick.
Yeah, I'm
That
not
is
sure
like
M100
Paige's
is what I
second
would pick
strongest track.
against Paige. Um, yeah, Paige has got a very, very good reputation on this track for good reason. She's very fast on it.
Hmm.
There we go. You can see the spectator sheet on the stream now as yeah, Malistaire 100. Certainly a fun track, I think. Oh,
Yep.
Paige is coming out
Oh,
with
oh yeah, I forgot.
Bulls.
I forgot. This is Bulls. Ben was
Yeah,
Ben. Okay, that does make this pick better.
yeah. And the interesting thing here will be to see if Cylinder takes something other than Bulls. Because Bulls is clearly the optimal choice here, but
Uh-huh.
also quite tough. Because this track, if you're unaware, has this hairpin right here, which Paige is taking. It's the sharpest hairpin, I believe, in the entire game. It is uh, way harder than it looks, especially to take at speed. Uh, and Bowles has worse turning than Ben, so it's even more difficult than with Ben removed, since Bowles has the second fastest boost. Or I believe is Bowles faster but not as long, or I
Um,
don't remember the numbers on that.
a second, I'm giving countdown.
Yes.
Um, it's hard to think about stuff and type numbers into Discord at the same time. Yeah, so Bulls is the second fastest pod on this track. I wouldn't say that he's more difficult. He's just, different.
Mm-hmm.
His boost doesn't last as long, and his cooldown, I think, is a little shorter. Yeah, his cooldown is shorter, and so it just, if you're really used to bend, it can throw things off when you have to use Bull's boost timing.
Mm-hmm. And the looks like we'll be getting ourselves race number
Ooh,
2
good
momentarily.
thing that wasn't the run because that is a certain death from Paige.
Yeah,
Right
that's that's a
on.
nice
That's a great
freeze
place to
frame
pause.
there.
Bullseye is a much safer pick on this track, but certainly significant slower than Bulls.
Yep. Yeah, Bullseye is the oh,
That
that's a
hurts.
nasty death.
Sync coming in a second. Yeah, and with that death, we'll see Paige pull really far ahead,
Yeah,
especially
Paige makes
considering
this.
Bulls' much stronger boost thrust.
Yeah, you can see Paige here bonking into the walls and losing some boosts. That's not ideal. I believe her muscle memory here is with Ben. So,
Oh,
oh,
and
but
another
another death
death.
from Cylinder.
That's
This is
There's no way he
not.
can come back from that.
Yeah, 2 deaths on
Right.
M100, not even on the hairpin.
And not
That's
even using the
frightening.
optimal pod.
Yeah. Yeah, this should be. This should certainly be Paige's track to lose at this point.
Bullseye is not at all a slow pod. He is the most agile pod in the game, but he is quite a bit slower than Bulls and Ben. And there are
The
only a
weird
couple of
dragon log
tracks in the
looking thing
game
flying
where
up there.
where Bullseye's
Oh!
where Bullseye's agility is really important. Yeah, death on the hairpin from Paige, not too surprising. That's a very difficult corner to take, especially
Yeah,
with Bulls.
but still, 40-second lap, even with the death, is quite strong.
Yep.
So that death will allow Cylinder to gain back a little bit of time, but it's just not nearly enough. Paige is so far ahead at this point. I think even if Paige dies on the hairpin and Cylinder doesn't, it's still not enough.
Yeah. Paige would have to
And
inexplicably die on the straight
ooh,
twice.
yeah, and Cylinder takes another death as well. So 152 with a death, very solid M100 with bowls. And we will see Cylinder probably with around a 210. Oh, 209.
You're off by a tenth, Ronnie.
Yeah. Well, I'm not the best at eyeballing it, you know? And the bans are coming through now.
So
Mars
Mars was
Guo
banned.
has been banned.
Mars is a
Inferno is the
very
temp code.
fast, very well balanced pod. Um, Inferno is such a difficult track in every way.
Ooh, we've
Abyss.
got Abyss.
Oh,
The
this is
Abyss
exciting.
pick. No forces. That's full track. Max upgrades Abyss.
And
With
no
no
Mars.
Mars.
Interesting. Mars is kind of the safety pick on this track. Oh, one of the two safety picks. I expect Cylinder to take. Oh wait, was Abyss permabanned? No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Okay. Yeah, I expect Cylinder to take Bullseye here since that's what he used on Malister.
Mm-hmm.
I I expect Paige to go with Ben, but I'm not sure on that.
Yeah, the optimal racer here is Ben, but it can be quite difficult. I certainly wouldn't expect Paige to use Bowles again because he's going to be quite harder than Ben. Maybe not that much harder, but a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
So excuse me. It would be great if they gentlemen's the penalty lap, but I don't think that'll happen. And it would be in Cylinder's advantage to do so, since um, he's probably going to be using Bullseye anyway. And Bullseye is much better on the penalty lap than Ben is. Mahonic.
ooh, interesting pick. I'm not sure if Mahonic I would consider the safe pick here. Certainly less fragile than Bullseye, but
Wait, Cylinder is going with Bull's Roar?
wait.
That I am confused.
Let's see how they do this on their little quick practice bit here. Okay, well it looks like Cylinder can handle Bulls on this track.
Okay. Um
And
this
yeah, that's one thing I was gonna say.
wait,
Mahonic is
what
the
did
other
Paige just
pod other than Mars that can jump back up. Oh, but Paige isn't gonna get it.
No. Oof.
Oh man. Yeah, that's the scary
Um
part of this track. For those who
yeah.
didn't play this game as a kid to remember, if you fall off that top track, you have to loop around the entire track on a bottom layer that is very, very slow. It
Uh
adds, I believe, somewhere in the neighborhood of 45 seconds to your lap. If you're, and it's so easy to fly off of it as well, because the guardrails are slow or so low. So you can just die a lot on it. It's really not a good thing. Both players have given the ready. At least as ready as you can be for full track Abyss, says Paige.
all right. So
Paige seems to be maybe changing pods here.
yeah, last second hmm. Either
She
Ben or
seems to be
Bullseye would
choosing
be a good
between
pick
Ben or
here.
Bullseye, which is probably the best pick.
No, she stuck
Interesting.
with Mahonic. I
We'll
I
go with
don't really
Mahonic.
like Mahonic here because Bullseye is close to being as fast, but much safer.
Yeah. But if a cylinder doesn't fall off the top with Bulls, he could
Uh,
actually take this track. I wonder if he practiced this.
It's going to be a very interesting race here.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what happens.
Looks like this is the start of the race.
And Paige,
Oh, no!
oh,
Paige
immediately
going
falling
really
off.
safe and falls off anyway.
It is possible to climb back up, which we will see her attempts at.
Getting the climb on
Is she
Mahonic is
trying?
more difficult than on Bullseye or Ooh, no,
She
she
doesn't
doesn't
get
make
it.
it. Oh,
Yeah,
that
and that
gives
won't
Cylinder a
work.
massive advantage in this
Yep.
first lap.
Cylinder. It's Cylinder's track to lose now.
Yeah, like Cylinder can do the rest of the track quite poorly and still win as long as uh, he stays on top laps 2 and 3.
Yeah, and you can see Paige dying here. And like I said, the guardrail is so low, you just fly
Uh,
off a whole lot and lose so much time.
yeah, and that
But,
penalty is not only a lot of extra track, but it is the most
oh,
dangerous part of this track
cylinder
because the
falls
turns
off
are
at the
so
end there.
tight. It's so easy to fall off the track.
Yeah, exactly. It is by no means.
Ooh! Oh no no no!
Is that gonna
Does he get?
respawn him?
Okay,
Oh, cylinder is so lucky that it spawned him right there instead of on the bottom.
I
That could
was
have been
hoping to see
heartbreaking.
that. If he had driven more forward, he probably would have respawned on the bottom, but wisely he pulled off to the right, so that he would respawn before the track split.
For sure.
Um,
And
Paige
Paige
doing the
gets
same
similar
thing.
grace. Oh!
There's
And cylinder
there's another
crashes on
death
that
from
shortcut.
Cylinder, but it doesn't matter as long as he stays on top lap 3.
Yeah, as Paige is just too far behind for it to matter.
Alright, Paige makes it lap 2. Oh yeah,
But yeah,
this is
if you do
and
fall off
another
with
death.
Bull's Ruer, it's not good.
With all of Paige's deaths, I don't know if Cylinder would lose even if he fell on lap 3.
Unless he dies a lot, which is my theory because of Bull's not turning as well as Mahonic.
Nice and
But
safe here again.
Cylinder's taking it really safe. It would be a freak accident for him to fall. I think he's clearly practiced this.
Uh-huh.
Bull's on Abyss full track.
That's such an interesting pod pick though. Like, why would you pick Bulls over Ben?
Yeah, that's the thing I don't get because he banned Mars.
Bulls
I mean,
is just a worse
I get
Ben.
I get this pick if you ban Ben, but banning
Yeah.
Mars. Mars is the pod that. Oh, and Paige climbs up, showcasing up
Oh,
and then
oh, and
falls
then
down
falls back.
again.
Oh,
That's
and that's not. Nope.
dang.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah.
That is a major loss for Paige.
That could be tilting as well. I'm not sure how easily Paige gets tilted, but that's not gonna feel good.
Yeah.
But with I think we can expect
And there's another death.
yeah, 315 full track Abyss with Bulls is very solid,
Uh,
especially with a couple
Paige's.
deaths.
So a while ago, I watched a game review of this game on YouTube. I don't remember which channel it was, but he had done all of the tracks in the game except this one, and that's such a common thing in this game, you know, to finish all the tracks except this one because this track is not the hardest track in the game, but it is the most unfair.
Yeah, indeed. And Paige getting 4 minutes flat.
Yep. Page comments, fun was not had.
Well, Bowles is getting the ban this time. Will we be seeing a run back to Abyss?
Possibly. Page could totally choose Abyss skips.
Yeah, that's the thing I might be thinking. Or maybe Bunta Training Course, because that's her strongest track.
Oh wait, Bunta training course is not banned.
No.
Ooh. Alright.
Under
I'm
Prime
gonna
Centrum is... Yeah, I was gonna say, Paige says, do I even need to say Bunta Training Course at this point? So I think Paige is about to just completely eviscerate Bunta Training Course for all of us. She will be making a run at the tournament record for this track.
uh-huh. I'm gonna see what is the tournament record stand at the moment.
Yes, that's a good question.
It is 135.859 by Dom. And there was some rivalry going on
That's
between Dom and
beatable.
Paige on that track, like last week.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see.
Yeah, in the practices before this, Paige managed to get a 135.7.
Um,
So she's definitely got the capability. I
it
believe her
would
PB is
take
a 35.5, I believe is her PB.
which is just absurdly fast.
It's so fast. Yeah, you can see
Like
it
a
there
tenth of
on
a
the
second
screen.
off the world record.
Yeah, it's Yeah, the world record is a 35.390.
Oh, sorry, I'm not updating the score. Let's see
Oh,
here.
yeah.
2 for Paige, 1 for Cylinder. There.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Mikey. And knock, whatever.
Close enough. All right. Well, it'll be interesting to see how Cylinder handles winter training course, and definitely interesting to see if Paige can finally clinch that tournament record that she's capable of. The time to beat is 1:35.8, which is an insane time on its own.
Yeah, Abyss is a pretty wise pick. Okay, I already gave the countdown. Cylinder is making me nervous here because he's pulling up the spectator sheet after I give the countdown. Hopefully, he remembers to switch the scene.
Hopefully.
I don't know if this is the run.
Oh, he
Okay,
switched.
it's not. Okay, good.
We're good. No, it isn't.
I'm really worried there.
There's like a 30-second delay on the stream. I think it's not. Yeah, it's pretty. Well, at least don't have to do that much syncing this time. Like 1 second, 2 seconds, maybe. Yeah,
Cylinder
and
already
Paige
losing the
just
boost. That's
demolishing
and then
it.
goes off
That
road.
was pretty much perfect.
I know it's really minor, but Cylinder has already made enough mistakes to make it impossible to catch up if Paige gets a
Yeah,
good run.
because Paige is just so consistent on this. Ooh, hitting that rock is not perfect,
Nope.
but yeah,
I mean, it would
32.2 first lap.
It's only been a lap, but it would probably take a death from Paige to lose this race, which could happen in a couple of places, but it's not likely.
Yeah, dying on this track is pretty rare. Yeah, Cylinder might be on low FPS. The ideal thing here is 6600 reuse, the highest traction and frame rate available.
Uh-huh.
Um, oh man, Paige is so quick. I'm not sure if this is pace for 135, but it's definitely incredible pace.
I think mostly it will depend on her final
Uh-oh.
boost. Engine fire gets a quick repair, so that's okay.
Yeah, but it's gonna be really close. And now, long boost. Oh, it's gonna be that.
She gets it.
Oh, that's the tournament record, right?
It is by
It
like
is
a tenth, 2/10.
135.8.
Oh, and her game crashed.
Oh,
No.
her game crashed. No.
Oh well.
Well, we saw.
All right. It's at least
Uh,
yeah. 0.845 is the default if the game crashes there.
yep.
Yeah. So that's at
Gotta
least a
round up.
second or a tenth of a second faster than the tournament record. So well done, Paige.
Wow. Yeah, but that's amazing. That's by 100, I think. I remember Dom's was a 0.8.
It is a tenth, isn't it? Because you got 859 and she got 845.
Yeah, that's
So it's
that's
like
100 because tenth is
one
the first
oh
number, and
sorry.
then
Jeez. Yeah,
hundredth is
that's
the
100.
second, and yeah, millisecond or thousandth is one after
All right. Well, my brain usually doesn't work, so
that. Well, it's okay.
all right. So Mars and Grabvine Gateway have been banned.
Sebulba's Legacy.
Interesting.
This is a
This is
fun track.
also a track that Paige has been running recently. So the question is, will both players use Ben? Paige certainly will. I don't know about Cylinder.
Cylinder's time was a 141.78. Dom was asking in the chat. Not a bad time.
There, I need to update the
141.
score again.
But yeah, Paige is just so fast.
Paige downgrading her traction here. R60, huh?
Yep, R60. Yeah, you certainly wouldn't want to take Sibyl's Legacy with a 600. At least I wouldn't.
Well, if you went with 24 FPS, it wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I suppose. That's a solid PB right there, 146.
Yep. Okay, it does look like Cylinder will be using Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Ben is a little faster than the second fastest pod on this track, but well, okay, that's not even fair to say. Ben is not fast compared to the other pods on this track as on most tracks, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but Ben is still the ideal pod here.
So you know, it would be
Ooh.
perfectly reasonable had Cylinder gone with the safety pick, which would probably be Bullseye. But yeah, we'll see what he can do with Ben. This is
Mm-hmm.
a relatively short, extremely technical track.
Yep. And we'll be getting the race in just a moment. Paige's warm-up seems pretty okay.
Uh-huh. Uh, in light of the track that has been picked, I should probably say something about slide. So this game has a drift mechanic, which is called sliding. When you hold slide, it allows you to, it reduces your traction and allows you to build up turn rate before a turn. And then when you let go of the button, your pod will snap in the direction it is facing. And so this can allow you to take turns that are much tighter than you would normally be able to take at speed. And so we'll see both players using that very aggressively on this track.
Ooh.
A death
Yeah,
from Paige, that hurts.
that section is deceptively hard. It doesn't look like it would be that hard, but it is very hard not to crash there.
Let's see how Cylinder does on this cut. Just fine.
Perfect.
Very nice. Oh, and Paige
Oh, and
crashes
Paige
on it.
crashes on it.
That puts Cylinder, a death and a half ahead.
Yeah, Cylinder
That
is
is a pretty significant lead.
That's a very significant lead. And Cylinder, if he just races cleanly, he could take this track. Yep. Let's watch him go through this little valley or whatever you call this.
Ooh,
Ooh, that's
ooh,
scary.
managed to save that.
There's
That
so
was,
many invisible walls there. I'm sure you can see.
it would have been
Um,
so easy for him to die right there.
Paige makes it through as well, and Cylinder makes it through the skip, or what used to be the skip. It's not a skip anymore.
Oh, and Paige dies on it
Oh,
again.
and Paige
Oh,
crashes.
this
Yeah.
is not going well for Paige. This is Cylinder's race to lose at this point. Cylinder
Yeah.
could completely fail the cut on lap 3 and still win.
Yeah. Cylinder can afford a full death at least, probably more. Yeah, he can afford, I think, like 2 deaths here. And there's just not, there's no spot where you're going to die twice.
Yeah. And another death
Um,
from Paige. This is,
yeah, this has sealed it.
and see how, okay, he does
Yeah,
die
he
on the
does
third
die
one,
on
but
that, but so no sub 2 dream. Unfortunate for a Cylinder, but
easy win for Cylinder.
yeah, 202 is not bad at all. With a death.
And, oh man, Paige died every lap on that cut.
Yeah, it's possible Paige is getting tired from doing 2 matches basically in a row.
Paige, is, oh, sorry, need to update the score. Wanted to redeem herself after the bumpy shenanigan earlier today, but this is um maybe just as bad.
Well,
I didn't do too well on bumpies today either, to be honest.
well, she did win bumpies, and that means that as long as she keeps taking back her picks, as long as she keeps winning
Yep.
hers, she will win. Like Cylinder has to beat Paige on one of the tracks that she picks, and
Yep.
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
So
We'll find out.
yep, the
I
player
don't think it'll
first to
happen this
5
one.
wins. Yeah, so 5 points are needed to take the match. So Paige only needs 2 more.
Yes, with
And
Mars Guo being temp banned, Executioner gets temp banned, and Paige has picked Aqualaris Classic, another track that she's very strong on.
she might be going for a tournament record here as well, which
Indeed.
would be pretty difficult. Dom has a 237.35 here, which is extraordinarily fast. But Paige can probably do that if she gets a really good run.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So, yeah, this is turning out to be a really interesting match here.
Oh yeah.
And if Cylinder wins this match, I don't even know what this would do for the bracket.
Yeah.
I don't know how this works.
It might take a bit of doing because I believe didn't he lose his first pick?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, I
so Cylinder
believe.
needs
Yeah,
to
he
break
picked.
group twice.
Yep, he has to take out 2 of Paige's picks because he lost the first track and he lost his first pick, which
Uh-huh.
was M100.
Which is difficult, but it has happened many times before.
Yeah,
So
indeed.
Cylinder is still in the running for winning this
I did
match.
it once. Yes, I was in the 2019 tournament, and I pulled back a double serve break to win.
Yeah, so if depending on how the players rank in the group stage of the tournament, will determine the positions that they fill in the double elimination bracket. And so the better you do in the group phase, the weaker your opponent will be in the elimination bracket.
Yeah, the
And
main
so that is a
thing
pretty significant advantage if you can,
the
pull off
main thing for seeding is you want to be in the top half because the entire top half is going to be playing against the bottom half. So if
Yep,
you're in the bottom half, you will be playing against someone higher seeded than you on the first match, and if you're in the top half, you're going to be playing against somebody lower seeded than you. Uh, so the difference between being, like say, uh, the winning, like being second in your group and being third in your group, could be playing against someone who's much slower than you or playing against someone who's much faster than you in your first match in the bracket.
yeah.
And that can immediately knock you down to the loser's bracket if you don't get seated very well.
Ooh. Paige doing really well. Cylinder went really wide on that turn, which
Yeah,
cost quite a bit of time. Ooh, Paige with some really bad bonks though.
yeah, that's
That
gonna lose a
that
little
will
bit of time.
even things up here.
I think Paige is still slightly ahead,
Ooh,
especially with that death.
oh no.
Paige is gonna get a 54 first lap. Quite good.
Oh, that's too bad. Cylinder had basically completely caught up.
Yeah, not an easy thing to do.
Paige is certainly not in the running anymore for getting tournament record on this track right here.
Yeah,
That
tournament
that
record.
mistake was too big.
Yeah, this track is so optimized. Pretty much all of, pretty much 4, I think, of the amateur circuit tracks are super optimized.
Uh-huh.
Going to training, Mongaza Speedway, Aqualars Classic, and Spice Mine Run are all like really like scraping a wall once can ruin your chances at at a record or
Yep.
whatever.
Yep. Paige looking really solid. It would take a pretty significant mistake from Paige in order to lose this lead.
Yeah, both went deathless on lap 2, but still Paige was a full second faster. So uh she's got somewhere in the neighborhood of a 4 or 5 second lead right now, maybe closer to 7 or 8 seconds,
Uh,
because of various other things. But
I have no idea if Cylinder's PBs are real.
yeah, like this is like a 7 second lead. Even with a death, I think Paige still has this in the bag. That could have been a death. Oh, and Cylinder dies. 240
240.
flat.
All right. That's not a bad time. Certainly pretty far below what she could have done.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is an easy win
I
for
was
Paige
secretly hoping that it would be 3 zeros at the end there, but it was 004. Darn.
Yep.
And 258's not bad with a couple deaths.
All right. So the score is now 4-2 in Paige's favor. So Paige needs to win one track. Cylinder needs to win 3 in a row if he's going to take this match.
Yep. We are on match point.
Oh, Paige not opting to ban a
Yeah.
track.
Paige
Interesting.
waving the ban, allowing Cylinder to say, no Ben Bunta Classic.
See if he wants to use any forces. Okay, he's forcing a
Oh,
Mahonic
forcing
ban.
a Mahonic ban. So no Ben, no Mahonic, and
And
no
both.
Bullseye.
Ooh.
And he's got one more force. He could just take out like Mars as well, or something.
Yeah, so he's taken out
And Mars, I
and
called
Mars.
it.
There it is.
No Ben, no Mahonic, no Bullseye, no Mars Bunta Classic.
All right, so he has banned the fastest pod on this track and the top 3 safety picks.
This is gonna be really interesting. What's the next best pick here? Elon Mack?
Probably. But Paige is going
Paige
with
has
Bullseye.
selected Bullseye, but that's banned. She can't do
Oh,
that.
that's right.
Neva Key is another one as well that you could do. So yeah, either Elon Mack or Neva Key would be the best pick here. I think I would go with Neva. And looks like Paige is gonna go for Neva.
Okay. I wonder what. No idea what Cylinder
Uh,
is going to pick here.
Dom saying Bulls. I don't think I would go for Bulls on Punta Classic personally, but you know,
Bulls.
that's
Yeah,
and
Bulls.
Aldar. Yeah, no, especially not Aldar with his horrible acceleration. If you die a lot, it's gonna just cost you so much time.
Yeah, Aldarbedo is kind of, in most respects, a worse Bulls.
Yeah. Yeah. Elon might be faster than Bulls according to Ace in the chat.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder what
All right,
Cylinder
so
has planned here.
we still have no idea.
Like, did he plan this to use all his forces to get the most chaotic Bunta Classic on his on match point if he was going to be in that desperate situation? He's going for Bull's Roar.
Oh my goodness.
I really hope he's practiced this.
Yeah, if
Oh, he
this is
didn't get
such a
the
brave pick.
boost through that. That's bad.
If he hasn't practiced this, this is going to be such an easy win for Nivaki here.
I
As
think
Bulls is,
Bulls is
Yeah, Bulls should
Bulls
be
has a lot of
faster
them.
than Neva Keep, but way harder.
Yeah, for sure. His handling takes quite a bit more doing than does Neva's. Well, hey, to Malted Fox in the chat, it's better to write your own death sentence than to have someone else do it for you. Or something like that. I don't know. I'm grasping for straws here. I think this will be entertaining at the very least. All right.
Alright, and
Is this
they're off.
the I
Ooh,
believe this is the race.
oh my
Ooh, even
goodness.
with the rock
Cylinder
smash.
saved that boost.
That's so satisfying when you hit the rock and you save it. It's great.
Uh-huh.
But they're pretty much even. Paige might have a little bit of a lead. Yeah, Paige has a bit of a lead there. Ooh, cylinder not going
Yep.
up there is not good.
Oh,
And yeah,
and
then there's a death spot there. I forgot about that because you usually don't go down there.
uh-huh.
Yeah, Paige looking super solid on this Boonta Classic.
I think already this is Paige's race to lose.
Yeah, she's got a massive lead. And just looking super clean overall.
Uh-huh. It's probably possible for Bulls to catch up, but it would take an incredibly clean run.
Yeah, I think if Cylinder went deathless for the rest of the race, he could probably crawl back into it. But
And he's going slow through these turns.
yeah. And yeah, Paige very clean through the Tuscan Raider section. That can be tricky if you get bad RNG.
And Paige
Ooh.
rounding out the end of the lap here.
Yeah, this is a very solid Neva key time. 149 or high 48 maybe? No, low 49.
That's a 49.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell because of the bit rate, but
What is that on pace for? Like a 527?
something like that. I'm not sure. I'm not super experienced on this track.
Oh, she misses the ramp this time.
Yeah, a very brave pick from Cylinder. And it can pay off. Sort of like his Bulls pick on Abyss. But maybe this was just a bit too brave.
He got the ramp this time, which is helpful. But yeah, Paige's Paige's the flats and the arches ahead.
Yeah. You know, I think both of these pods are really cool and well designed, just like aesthetically. I like them both.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Neva is just awesome because you know Neva, and
Yeah.
Bolsa's quad exhaust there is really interesting and cool to look at.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfortunate that Cylinder is using the far cam because I really like Bolsa's boost animation.
As a kid, when I first beat this track, I used Mars Glow here.
Oh really?
Yeah. As a kid, I got stuck on Abyss and Fire Mountain Rally and couldn't get past either of them. But eventually I sat down and was like, okay, I'm going to learn, I'm going to beat this. And I beat Fire Mountain Rally with Bullseye, and I beat Boonta Classic and Abyss with Mars. And then I just
So
cleaned up Gauntlet and Inferno because those are quite easy.
Cylinder battling some pretty bad engine damage back there.
Yeah, he's
Got it
like 5.
repaired, but that state of damage is going to haunt him on this third lap.
Yeah, 5 orange sections is quite scary.
Uh-huh.
Paige is just blasting through this, and she's so far ahead.
Engine damage only has any effect once it is flashing red, but once you're orange, you're 1 or 2 hits away from it going red, and that is really bad news.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's even possible for Cylinder to pull this back.
Oh, there's one death from Paige.
Is that her first death?
I think so.
I haven't been paying super attention because she's so far ahead, but like I think that's
Uh-huh.
her first death.
And only one death at this point in the track is rather remarkable because it's a bit of an unfamiliar pod on this track,
Mm-hmm.
and this track so desperately wants to kill you all the
Yeah,
time.
like you can see the Tuscan Raider fires there, which will make you slide every direction.
Uh-huh.
Um, they're RNG where they show up exactly, so you can get a wall of them. That's impossible to avoid. Um, I believe some world record paces have been lost to that before.
Yep. Cylinder finishing up the arches here. Paige only has the main straight left to do.
Yep.
So that's a win from Paige.
Yeah,
And
that's
that
just a
is
that's a,
match.
with one death. 533 is super strong with Neva.
Very nice.
GG.
It was from the beginning a little bit of a long shot for Cylinder to take this match, considering the difference in the seeding.
Hmm.
Paige qualified much faster than Cylinder.
I believe that is the penultimate race in Group C. Just you versus Cylinder.
Yep, which will be on
Uh,
Friday.
Indeed. So stay tuned for that.
And here
4
comes
o'clock
Cylinder down
Eastern
the
on
straight.
Friday. And Cylinder finishing with a 617. Yeah, not optimal with all those deaths.
All right, let's see if we can get them in here for interviews.
Yep. Let's see if we
Hello,
can
Paige and Cylinder.
Hello.
Oh wait.
welcome in.
He's still deaf. There we go.
All right. Nice racing. There were some intense moments there.
Oh,
GG there.
I think it's the most tired I've ever been going into a tournament match.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
I tried to soften him up for you, Cylinder.
You did actually a really good job, you know. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
That was
That
was actually really fun. I don't know regarding the the two both side races, but it was actually really fun to do tonight.
These were all fun tracks. I was just very burned out going into Sebulba's Legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
mhm.
I had the feeling that you making a worse time than me. There's something was
Oh,
going
no,
on. I don't know.
It's an inconsistent track for me. Like just in general, it's totally believable, totally normal for me to get a time that shaky.
Okay.
Yeah. The Abyss full track was one of the highlights. Cylinder went with Bull's Roar and it paid off. That was interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Why did you pick Bull's Roar and not Ben?
I don't know. I usually have a better feeling with balls, which is a little bit crazy, I know, since I had the opportunity to take Ben, but I don't know. I just felt like it at this moment. Um, I think you all understood that going to Abyss was a tricky move.
Mhm.
Oh
Just
yeah.
saying that I had to create an opportunity where Pages was going to fall from the lower deck, and if I was cautious enough, I would maybe take some time, and I was very slow, and it paid off, I guess, on
Yep.
this one.
Yeah, you took it very carefully and it worked.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I had to. That's my overall strategy on this match
Mhm.
tonight with Paige. I knew She is a fierce opponent, and I had to, to go, to take us out of the comfort zone for the last track. For example, banning a lot of usual track racers.
Yeah, that was a really good
to-
call.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Actually, you're gonna laugh, but most of the bands and stuff, track picking, I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't have the full, deep understanding of the game, like traction and which racer is good on this one or not. It's basically luck or bulls, if you
Mhm.
if you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
yeah,
In
I'm
general,
really.
just like going straight to bowls is a pretty solid pick.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
you picked him on some tracks that are kind of dicey for him. Like you picked him on a Bunta Classic, right?
Yeah.
True, and it was a terrible pick.
Nah,
I
it was
know that now.
okay.
I think with all the ones you banned, Bulls is the technically optimal one there, but he's just very difficult to handle.
It's kind of a toss up between him and Elan.
Hmm
Yeah,
Like,
which
Yeah.
yeah, I guess
they're
I don't really
both
like
pretty solid.
Elon. Oh,
And
well.
Elan has the same traction as Bowls, but a slightly weaker boost and notably faster turn rate, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, Elan his turn rate is just below Mars and Mahonix, and much better than Beto and Bulls.
Yeah. So Mahonic, I think, might like it's close between those two.
Yeah, it
Or
depends
Ma
on the
and
track which one
or-
is faster.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, Bowls and Elan on that track is very much a
Oh,
toss
yeah.
up.
Yeah,
And I was also very impressed on the Bunta Classic training. Bunta training, we are
Mhm.
super fast on this one.
Yeah,
Yes, Paige set the tournament record.
Oh,
that
did
one
you?
that's a tournament record I have been trying to get for a while, but most people just don't let me go to Bunta training.
Yeah.
I can't imagine why.
Yeah,
They know
you
you
know.
better. Yeah.
Once you get
Oh,
into the bracket, I
did
doubt
you?
anyone will let you again.
Yeah, no chance. That's why I had to take the opportunity. Well, no, there
Oh,
was one
no.
specific one. Ace and I have already discussed probably going with a gentleman's to start at Bunta training.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm sure Ace and Dom would not be afraid to take you there.
Dom probably will just to take away a strong track because he's got advantages on other enough advantages on other ones.
Yeah.
hmm
Plus, he just doesn't like Bunta training.
Yeah, I also had the same feeling when you chose. I guess it was Aqualaris Classic. I knew when you did the pick that you were really good at the map. It's obviously a really fun and fast map. So I was I was a little bit afraid on this one, and also a little bit disappointed. I crashed a lot of times. I was expected the part of Sunken City happening, and
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't see it, and I almost missed a turn or something, but it was
Yeah.
fun though.
Yeah.
I really should go improve my. Now that I'm looking at it, I should really go improve my Bunta Classic time. Like I know I can get way faster than a 5:19.
Yeah. Well, good racing, everyone. And
Yep.
Paige, we'll see you in the bracket.
I'll see both of us in the bracket. Cylinder's not out.
Well, yeah, but I mean, this is your last match
Oh,
of
yeah,
the group
yeah.
stage. Cylinder
Yeah.
still has to play King Bean.
Yep.
Yep.
True.
That should be a fun one. Friday,
So-
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I wouldn't say fun, but
Just pull some really wacky tracks out and have some fun with it.
Yeah,
So I,
Inferno skips, no One Sandage, no Mars.
Who's best in that point? Clegg?
I think so. Yeah, go wild.
I just put the link to the challenge in the Twitch chat, so you can go check out our tournament bracket there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I've got to
Um,
get going.
Okay,
Yes,
so
indeed.
we are really close to finishing up the group stage of the tournament. In a week or so, we should be on the elimination
About that,
bracket,
yeah.
which will be really exciting. We have another match tomorrow at 8 o'clock. That will be between Dwight and Lightning Pirate. So
Mhm.
that will be a really exciting match. And then I will be facing Le6lindre on Friday.
True.
So thanks for watching, everybody. It's been great having you.
This has been a fun one.
And thanks to Speed Gaming for hosting. And
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see you all later.
Thank you very much, guys. Bye bye.
So we are really close to finishing up the group stage of the tournament. In a week or so, we should be on the elimination bracket, which will be really exciting.